Hi, welcome, welcome. This is Kringle Kim here, and it is Tuesday, November 20th, and I hope everybody had a chance to attend a Sun Button meeting either yesterday or today. Very, very important. And let's see, it's getting closer to Thanksgiving here in the U.S., and I just wanted to say I'm very thankful for TBC Kringle, and I'm very thankful for all the new friends that I have made through TBC Kringle. And I am thankful, very thankful for my friend that shared the gift with me and kept following up with me. And I am trying to duplicate that with everyone that has joined me in TBC Kringle. And I am just thankful for all the abundance that we have now and that we will have in the future. And, Thanksgiving is just a great day to be with your family and be grateful. And of course, it'd be nice if every day was that day, but it is a special time to come together. I know I won't be getting together with my family on Thursday, but I was all together in a family reunion in October when my daughter got married, one of my daughters got married, and we just kind of made it, wedding, a celebration of life, celebration of love, a celebration of gratefulness, and it was also my dad's birthday, so we just celebrated for like an entire week, and each day it was something new to celebrate. So, anyway, moving on, I want to go over the mission. I call it the short version of the mission statement. So TBC Kringle is a private digital currency embraced by the Billion Coin community. For our private agreement, Kringle has a significant value today and will only increase in value with each new member that joins us. Kringle is completely detached from the public coin market and the currently established scarcity-based monetary system. TBC Kringle is based on abundance, not on artificial scarcity. Those who choose to join the TBC community understand the TBC vision and mission of reaching 1 billion members and ending poverty globally. They also understand that in order to achieve our objectives, our members must be proactive in learning from our educational blog under the Education tab in your Kringle Cashback office, and sharing TBC Kringle via our Kringle Fast Start system. Together we can achieve abundance for all. And of course, there are many things now available to learn about TBC Kringle and stay in alignment. We have the public notice, we have the Kringle Society mission statement, we have the blog, we have broadcasters, and my email's down there, KDWOW@protonmail.com if you have any questions. We have, the admin puts out the educational blog, and then we have Sun Button meetings, and we have elevator cash flow coaching. So there's a lot of ways to learn and even earn while you're learning. And, there's lots to learn. And, we can help everyone out, especially the people we refer. We want to follow up with them and make sure they understand the true mission of TBC Kringle and teach them how to be in alignment and duplicate what has been found to be a good system, and so that everybody's on the same page and there aren't any misconstrued or things that aren't understood. You know, a lot of growth has occurred in this, and I realize a lot of the old stuff's out there on the internet, you know, needs to be totally disregarded. So I realize that a lot of that, you know, I had people going to the internet and then coming back and not wanting to accept the gift. So I realized that it was up to me to give them the invitation. And if then they came back with a comment like that, that I needed, I realized they don't understand what cryptocurrency is. You know, they don't even understand what they're reading on the internet. So a little lesson in cryptocurrency might help, and emphasizing the mission of TBC Kringle in ending global poverty and reaching 1 billion members. And, you know, those that know me do trust me, you know, to tell them the truth. And I do have that on my side now, where I have been involved for over a year now. And I can tell them at this point, you know, it is growing like any normal company. It has its, every company that's growing and starting out. You know, we all has growing pains, and even ourselves, we all learn by our mistakes, right? I mean, that's one way of knowing that you're still a winner. Because if you're persisting, you're going to run into roadblocks now and then. But you know, the old saying is, you know, it's not how you act, it's how you react. So I hope everybody here has a positive outlook and will react positively and with patience. You know, you never know. Like I've learned from TBC Randy, you don't know what you don't know until it happens, or you learn it. So, and I wanted to go back. I talked about this the other night, the SW, and the S curve from the November 18th, 2018 blog. And what does SW mean? Some will, some won't. Some will, some won't, so what? And it talks about the S curve. And the S curve represents the adoption rate over time. So our objective in Billion Coin is to gather 1 billion members as fast as we can. So from a marketing point of view, we can break the S curve into 4 parts: infancy, concentration, momentum, and stability. And admin says we have passed the infancy stage here in TBC. That would have been like the first year, and maybe even part of the second year. We've had quite a bumpy road during our infancy. I'm glad that part is behind us now. We are currently in the concentration stage, and low growth numbers are normal during this stage of development. At some point, we will hit what is called critical mass. At critical mass, the momentum stage kicks in, and that's when we all see TBC community growth at least double on a monthly basis, and we will experience monthly exponential growth. And many will be surprised at how fast we get to 1 billion members. So some people think, you know, we should be in that momentum stage now. And, you know, I went over this in my broadcast the other night, and I was trying to explain critical mass and how, you know, there was critical mass with the telephone, with TVs, cell phones, computers, the internet. I think I even went back to microwave ovens. And so these things start slow because nobody knows anything about them. Like, you know, when TVs first came out, you know, nobody understood them. When computers first came out, nobody understood them. When the internet first came out, it was a new learning curve, new paradigm shift. So at first, things start really, really, really slow. And when you talk about getting in on something with the ground floor, we are talking about this concentration phase, infancy to concentration. And I guess I was thinking about what I said in my broadcast the other night, and I realized, to make it really clear, let's go back to computers. Computers first came out. They were, a personal computer was a brand new thing, but you had to teach your computer. You had to write the programs. It had to learn from you. And a lot of people became afraid of computers. A lot of people didn't catch on to computers right away because it was very complicated to have a computer. You used to have to hire somebody to, write the program for the computer. And then your computer was usually just had programs on it, for your business, or if you were writing a book or something like that. And it wasn't until the internet came along that computers hit critical mass. And what I mean by that is, so computers were around. Oh, I had a computer, one of the first Apple computers, probably like in 1981. But computers, I still have it, in fact. Computers didn't take off until the internet came out. And at the advent of the internet, which was something the government had developed for military, but when it started becoming into the public being, now computers became easier to use. You could get the programs, you could buy them, or you could download them. I don't know how soon it was till we could download them over the internet, but computers became easier and easier to use. And so more and more people started using them, and more people understood what they are. So I think, and when a lot of people understood what they were and how they could use them, they hit critical mass, and everybody started getting them. So I think this is, you compare it to TVC. In one of our former blogs, it says how there's really only 10 million people in the world that even understand what cryptocurrency is. And right now we have 3,300,000 of them that are also in TVC Kringle. So right now, of all the people in the world that understand cryptocurrency, a third of them are in TVC Kringle. Now, talking about getting to 1 billion members, it came to me that yes, a lot of the reason people are hesitant sometimes to receive the gift is they don't understand it. So I've also realized I have to give them a little lesson. If they're a little hesitant, give them a little lesson, help them understand what TVC Kringle, what cryptocurrency is, what a blockchain is. Let them know that you feel it's the future of money. And when we get it to a place where more and more people start to understand what cryptocurrency is, and what TVC Kringle is a cryptocurrency, but it also has a mission along with it. Right now we're concentrating on having members receive the gift, but we also have to concentrate maybe on explaining to them about what cryptocurrency is. When I started a year ago, August, I had heard about Bitcoin and stuff, but I didn't have a clue. So in a way, I let them know that TVC Kringle is a good way to start getting involved in cryptocurrency. It's a free gift. They don't have anything to lose, and it will be a great educational for them. And that is when we will hit critical mass. When more and more people around the world understand what cryptocurrency is, not just TVC Kringle, but what cryptocurrency in general is. And that makes our I think it's somewhat our responsibility as leaders and broadcasters. You know, that's what kind of part of our mission is, to educate people. You know, we're talking about send button meetings and the blog and cash flow coaching and broadcasts. You know, we are educating anybody in the world who wants to learn about cryptocurrency, and mostly TBC Kringle. So that's where the patience comes in. But as each of us shares and shares and shares, the information is going to be getting spread out, and more and more people will be understanding what cryptocurrency is and how valuable a gift this is to be receiving. You know, it will have value to them. So you may be getting some will, so won't, so what right now, but I really feel a lot of it because a lot of people just don't understand what it is you're talking about. You know, a lot of people shoved it back in my hand, and I just started to explain to them, and at first they looked at me like I'm crazy, but then they eventually began to understand. So, you know, if they come out and say no, well, don't bug them. But if they're like, well, maybe I'd like to learn more before I make a decision, you know, follow up with them. So anyway, that is what critical mass is. Critical mass is actually when, you know, enough people in your town or your country or the world understand what a product is, or a thought is, or an idea is, and it just takes off exponentially at that point. So, admin says we have about 10,000 people a day signing up right now. That's very, very exciting, and that is. But we still have a long way to go in 1 billion members, and me included. If we're all serious about this mission, then we need to, you know, follow up, or I mean, you know, get active. And I'm sure many of you are, and I know many people are, because the 24-hour and the 48-hour cookie rewards are going great. So the blog from November 19th is, it's time for broadcasters and the TBC community to ground themselves to gold. And of course, this is, you know, I think in past blogs you might have heard where the SEC in the United States, the Securities Exchange Commission, got involved in asking questions about TBC Kringle. It's all good, but we do have to follow some of their ideas in order to be, you know, acceptable in the United States. And the first one is, we don't want any confusion about our private status in the world today. And of course, a lot of their questions were about public cryptocurrencies. Well, we are not a public cryptocurrency, excuse me. The first line of the mission statement is TBC Kringle is a private digital currency. Public regulators are looking for any excuse to rope our private currency and tie us down, because they could care less about our mission to end poverty globally. Private, understand one thing: government is force. Force is the nature of government, and they rule over the public. Yet governments are bound by law. It is my opinion that as a whole, humanity lacks the maturity to live without government today. I know, I even hear people my age going, oh, the government takes good care of me. I get my Social Security from them every month. I'm like, you do realize that's your money. You paid into Social Security. It's your money. It's not some gift from the government. In fact, if they hadn't messed around with it, you'd probably be getting more money every month than you do now. So it is my opinion that as a whole, humanity lacks the maturity to live without government today. You know, and I think that's how it is. I'm sure it is in many of the parts of the world. And it is here in the United States too, you know. we have to follow all the laws and everything else, and it seems like there's something for everything, especially political correctness now and everything like that. You know, they want to make even stricter gun laws and stuff because we have shootings. I say, you're kidding me. Have you turned on the TV lately? What do kids watch from 7 to 10 every night? They watch shoot 'em ups on TV. You want to, you know, I don't think more gun regulations are going to help until you stop feeding kids video games and violent TV shows that are G-rated, especially when it's family time on TV. Anyway, I digress. So hear me loud and clear. Admin is not anti-government. Of course, I will never support the abuse of power that continues to come out of government, even today in modern times. Private societies such as ours have lawfully existed for thousands of years, to my knowledge. Private simply means outside of the domain of government. Private equals self-regulated. What we are doing is lawful, and it is important that every member behave in a lawful manner when they are talking about TVC. So this is where the public notice and the Kringle Society mission statement become very, very important. Because you shouldn't say, I say it's not a good thing to say anything that's not compliant or duplicable or in alignment with either of those two documents. Research has shown that we are grounded when we compare the value of our private currency to the value of gold, but can be problematic when we compare our value to any fiat or money regulated by any government. This is the official call out to all broadcasters and every member of TVC to stop comparing our coins to fiat. And I was trying really hard. I did make a mistake when talking about the admin wallet fee, but I have corrected that now. And just as we stated we would in the first public notice, we have removed the references to any fiat from our websites. Clearly, our admin fee is 4 grains of gold. This is the only way we talk about that now. We encourage and reward transactions that are done at increments of 40 grains of gold. The government did not make gold. Mother Earth has provided us this gold, and she won't stop us from measuring the value of our coins against the value of gold. We don't want to upset any government regulators by our words, and that is why each and every member needs to embrace the reference to gold and stop referencing fiat. There is a poster in this blog, and it has been replaced with grains of gold. So when I say, as you can see the poster below, I'm unable to screen share, so it is the one from November 19th, 2018. It's time for broadcasters in the TVC community to ground themselves to gold. So you might want to go there, and everything is stated in grains of gold. And you should know that a third-party calculator for grains of gold is on your Kringle Cash dashboard. There are 480, I think, grains of gold and 1 troy of ounce gold. All TVC members should become experts in grains of gold. And there is a website. We used to go externally, but now it is on the Kringle Cash back office. So steps in cash flow achievement. Of course, you start with your first exchange for 40 grains of gold a day. And then you can move on to 100 grains of gold a day for the second level. The third level is 200 grains of gold a day. And the fourth level is 400 grains of gold a day. The fifth level is 1,000 grains of gold a day. And the sixth level is 2,000 grains of gold a day. Now, I encourage you to go into the Kringle Cash back office and find the grains of gold calculator and figure out, what those exchanges are for yourself. So TBC Kringles are not backed by gold, and this means we are not pegged to gold either. The value of our TBC Kringles comes from our members, and we measure that value in grains of gold. We do not want to be sloppy in making this clear when we are inviting others to join us in our private community and society. So, the true value of TBC is based on the number of living men and living women that join us in agreement as members. We simply measure that value in gold. Now, this is a serious matter, and we want to be at peace with all governments and their respective regulators around the world. We don't interfere with the public, so they should not interfere with us in private. Admin asks for your full cooperation and thanks you in advance for it. So, remember our mission to have 1 billion members in our private peer-to-peer community. And the value of our coin, the true value of the billion coin is based on the number of living men and living women, this includes children and babies, that join us in agreement as members. So we simply measure that value in gold. And when we achieve our mission of 1 billion members and the value of our TBC reflecting 1 billion people in grains of gold, then we will be graduating to a merchant or a full-blown TBC Kringle society exchange. So let's continue to be winners. Go out there and be willing to learn, willing to change, initiate, taking new steps, and sharing the gift, teaching the gift, teaching the mission, and never giving up on yourself or your dreams. And I hope never give up on the mission of TBC Kringle. And through our I'm looking for the word. But as we continue to share the gift and teach people, more and more people will understand what it is TBC Kringle is all about. And in the long run, what cryptocurrency is all about. A lot of people are, I guess, fearful of what they don't know. So we have to educate them so that they do know. And then when more and more people know, it'll hit critical mass, and people will be asking you for it. It'll become the #1 thing on on whatever, the internet or Amazon and because we are a private society, they will have to know the people who know, and that means you. So this is Kringle Kim signing off. Have a wonderful rest of your day or beginning of your day. And if you, happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm grateful wherever you are in the world. I'm grateful for all of you. So this is Kringle Kim signing off. Good night.